My phone vibrated in the middle of a meeting. Unknown number. Your mother is sick. She wants to see you. I didn't look up. I kept writing the same word in my notebook until the pen tore the page. Forgive, forgive, forgive. That was her favorite lesson. I stepped into the hallway where the lights buzzed like a witness who knew too much. The message sat there, gentle and polite, as if it hadn't reopened a sealed room inside my head. She hadn't used my name. She never did when it mattered. I heard her voice anyway, soft, trembling, trained. The same voice she used in church when she thanked God for the man who guided me. The same man who taught me how to kneel, how to stay quiet, how obedience could feel like love. I hadn't spoken to her in 12 years. 12 years since I burned every bridge and disappeared. My phone buzzed again. Please, he's dead now. That was the crack in the wall. When I was 8, he called me chosen. When I was 10, he called me pure. When I was 12, he said God had given him permission. My parents called it guidance. They said I was lucky. They said he was holy. They said my fear was rebellion. Once, my mother held my face and whispered, "Don't shame him. Don't shame us." So I learned silence. I learned how to disappear while still sitting in a pew. When I finally ran, they told the church I was unstable, addicted, lost. They prayed for me publicly. He never went to prison. He went to heaven. That's what they said at his funeral. Now my mother wanted me back. Not to apologize, not to confess, just to see me. Because he was gone. Because the secret no longer had a body. I didn't feel anger. I felt curiosity. Why now? I didn't answer her. I searched her life instead. Her social media was full of Bible verses and smiling plates of food, forgiveness and pastel colors. But something was missing. No photos of him, not even the old ones. She had erased him. Selective memory is a kind of confession. I called my aunt, the only one who never looked at me like I was contagious. She paused before speaking. "Your mother tells people she didn't know," she said, "that she was fooled too." I remembered her clapping in church, laughing at his jokes, telling me to behave. I used an old legal connection I still carried like a scar and requested hospital records. Cause of death? Heart failure. Attached was a psychiatric consult from 2 years earlier. Diagnosis? Paraphilic disorder. Chronic. He had confessed, not to God, not to police, to a doctor. Someone had finally named it, 2 years before I escaped. I booked a flight, not for closure, for confirmation. She looked smaller in the hospital bed. Illness strips people down to what they really are. Her eyes filled when she saw me. She reached out as if I might vanish again. "You came," she said. I placed the medical file on her tray. She didn't open it. Her hand shook. "I know everything," I said. Her mouth opened, closed. "I didn't know," she whispered. "He lied to us." I watched her eyes instead of her face. They slipped away, just for a second. "You were there," I said, "when he locked the door." Her breathing broke. "You were there when I cried." Silence. "I prayed for you," she said. I nodded. "That's not the same as protecting me." Her shoulders collapsed. "I was afraid," she said, "of the church, of losing everything. So you lost me instead." I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I opened the file and showed her the date. "He told someone," I said, "just not you." Her face emptied. "So your story," I continued, "about not knowing." She swallowed. I suspected. The word fell between us like a sentence. "I wanted you back," she said, "so we can fix things." I stood. "This is me fixing it." I placed the file between us like evidence. "I'm not your missing child," I said. "I'm your proof." She reached for me. I stepped back. "You called it faith," I said. "You called it God." She cried then, but grief without guilt is just theater. "I forgive you," I said. Her eyes lifted. "Hope," I finished quietly, "for needing me more than you needed me safe." I walked out while she was still trying to understand. Outside, the sun felt wrong for a day like this. I didn't feel lighter. I felt exact. Some people want revenge like fire. I wanted it like surgery. No screams, no blood, just truth placed where denial used to live. She would tell herself a new story now, but it would include me, not as a runaway, not as a liar, as the evidence. I blocked her number in the parking lot. I don't visit graves. I don't return to churches. I don't go back to places where silence was worship. What she wanted from me was absolution. What I gave her was memory. And memory doesn't forgive. It only survives.